welcome to the BetAdvisor podcast. Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of the BetAdvisor Over-Under Show. Once again, we have Jason Mills with us. Jason Mills, say hello.
Hello.
And our special guest today is Iker Leon. Iker is a BetAdvisor tipster. He's joined us on the call tonight. Iker, how you doing?
Fantastic. Hello, gentlemen.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do what we've done in every previous show. We're going to go through the matches one at a time. We're going to go through the players that are injured. We're going to go through the selections that everybody has. And then we're going to go through the odds, both for the match, and then Jason's going to give us the odds for the over-unders. At this point in the show, we normally go through the person who won last week. There were 3 of us. There was Natalie, myself, and Jason. And Natalie came in 5th. She was very, very close to win, I have to say. I came in 2nd, and I have to say it was 2nd by profit only, because we both got the same number of selections right. I got 6, Jason got 6, and whereas I made 1.04 units of profit, Jason made a whopping 1.17. So, Jason, congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
Take your bow now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get started, and first match is Newcastle against Liverpool. Okay, so quickly going to go through the injured players. Newcastle, they've got a few players that could make it actually. You've got Papes, Demba Cisse and Emmanuel Riviere, 2 strikers. They could both make it. Stephen Taylor, Davide Fontaine, Keke and Michael Williamson. All of those players might be able to make it in this one. Definitely out is Jonas Gutierrez and CM de Jong. Liverpool, they've got a few more players who are definitely out. There's Jose Enrique, Jesus Fernando Saez, John Flanagan and Mamadou Sakho, all of whom are guaranteed, or supposed to be, guaranteed to miss this match. Obviously, Daniel Sturridge is also going to be touch and go. I think it's a good chance he's going to be missing this one. So I'm first on this one, and for me, I'm seeing this as a game with some mistakes in, and where there's mistakes, there's goals. So I'm going for an over. So that's me down for an over. Jason, you're up second. What do you reckon?
I'm going for over as well.
You're going for over as well. Okay, now if everybody can just remember that these selections, they're from the data that comes in on ready for the Thursday night show, because we're recording this on a Thursday night. It may not be Jason's final selections, and if you want to be signed up, if you want to get those final selections, you need to sign up to him. And I think you're still €49 a month at the moment, aren't you?
Sorry, say that again. I missed that. Sorry.
I think the cost of signing up to your service is about €49 a month at the moment.
Yeah, that is a bargain, to be honest with you. It's half price. So
get on that.
Get on that while you can, because 6 months will take you to the end of the season. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, and so Iker Leon, Iker, we need an over or an under from you.
This case, I think it's going to be a tie because I will go for the over. Although in Newcastle, my stats is saying that Newcastle at home, there is some value. I'm going under. The total overall stat is giving me a slight over, so I will go there. Okay.
So, odds for this one, we've got Newcastle at 3.73. There's a 3.57 for the draw and 2.01 for Liverpool's away win. Now, if you think Liverpool are going to do that, I think that's a reasonably generous set of odds. Liverpool not been too hot recently, so it may be worth missing that one. I don't know what you guys think. Jason, give us the odds for the overs and unders.
The over is 1.77 at Pinnacle, and the under is 2.20.
Okay,
so we're all on we're on the side of the bookies on that one.
On 1.77 on the side of the bookies. So moving on to Arsenal against Burnley, which is on at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Arsenal have, again, a number of players who are missing. There's Mikel Arteta with a thigh injury. He might make it. Mathieu Debuchy is definitely out with an ankle injury. Diaby, Kieran Gibbs and Serge Gnabry, 2 more as well. David Ospina and Yaya Sanogo all might make it, various injuries. But Olivier Giroud is out with an ankle injury. Laurent Koscielny is out with an Achilles injury. And Mesut Ozil is also going to be missing from this game. Over to Burnley. The wonderful Dean Marney is touch and go to make this one. Probably not. Stephen Reed might make it. Who knows? Matthew Taylor and Sam Vokes are definitely out, though. So first up on this one is Jason. Jason, what do you reckon? Under or over?
I am going under on this one, which might be a surprise, but that's what my numbers are telling me.
Okay. And Iker, what do you reckon?
Well, in this case, I'm going to take the risk of going against the expert, and I'm going under this one.
So you're going under, so you're going with Jason?
Yep. No, sorry, over.
Yeah.
I'm going against. I'm going to do an over.
You're going to go against him, so you're going over. I have to say...
How convincing you are, Jason. My God.
Right, it's like, hang on, no, I'm going over.
Okay.
It's early in the show. It'll get better as we go on, I promise you. For me, I'm actually going for an over. I think that Burnley are not a strong side. I think that Arsenal are going to take advantage. They're going to try and score 3 or 4 goals in this one. So Burnley have a chance of getting 1 maybe. So it doesn't take much for Arsenal to get 2 and get the over. So I'm going against Jason, and I'm with Iker Leon on this one. All right, so odds. Arsenal against Burnley. Arsenal are really strong on this one, 1.27. The draw is 5.91 and 11.45 if you want to take a risk on the outsiders, Burnley. So, Jason, what are the overs and unders?
Well, the overs are favourites at 1.6, and the under, my selection, is a massive 2.54.
Ooh, now I'll remind everybody, profit is important, but it only comes in if there's a tie in the number of selections. So last week, Jason and I both had 6 selections correct, and the profit was the tiebreaker, and he managed to pick up a win on that one. So moving over to the third game on our list is Chelsea against QPR. Chelsea are missing, well, it's 2 players guaranteed to be missing, Cesar Azpilicueta and Loic Remy. Cesar Azpilicueta is banned. Loic Remy has got an injury. Diego Costa has a hamstring injury and may make it, but he's had that hamstring injury pretty much all season, so he's made most of the games so far. And Ramirez also might make it. He's got a knee injury. Moving over to QPR, we've got Joey Barton, who seems to have been close for several games but still not made it. Hamstring injury. Alejandro Faulen, he's got a cruciate ligament injury. Ouch. Rio Ferdinand, now what is there to say about Rio Ferdinand? He was banned after sending a tweet. So, banned after sending a tweet, seriously. Alex McCarthy has got a thigh injury but might make it. Jordan Much and Nedum Anua also might make it. They've both got hamstring injuries. Up first on this one, Iker Leon. We need an over or an under from you.
Well, normally, I like to go on the side of a bit of the risk. Okay. And in this case, it would be an under. The thing is that I've tried like crazy to find a single number telling me that this would be an over. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a single one. So trying to be rational, I should go for the over in this one.
So come on, give me the under. You want to go for the under, but you also might be going for the over. So is it over or under?
I'm going to take over for the rational. I mean, every time I see the 2.70 odds in Pinnacle, I think about it, but my numbers are saying over, so let's stick to that.
So your numbers are saying over, and I have to say my gut is also saying over. I'm going for the over. I think Chelsea have got enough to put a few past QPR. QPR not a great side. So I'm also with the over. So far, I think Iker and myself have agreed on every single one, which could be embarrassing if it goes extremely badly wrong for us. Come on, you're up first on this one.
I am going under.
You're going to see, you are playing.
My numbers are telling me under. The value is with the unders.
The value is with the unders, is it? Okay, so the odds on this one. We talked about Arsenal being strong at 1.27. Chelsea are even stronger at 1.17. So not much doubt who the bookies fancy on that one. The draw is a 7.71. And you can get 16.2 if you think that QPR are going to win this London derby. I personally don't. Oh, Jason, come on. Overs and unders, give us the odds.
The overs is 1.53 at BetVictor, but the under is 2.7 at Pinnacle.
Wow, that's a big
massive
one.
2.7.
Well, I have to say I'm happy I'm on the side of the bookies on this one. Okay, so moving on to Everton against Swansea. Everton, very, very few players are guaranteed to miss this one. In fact, there's only one, Kevin Morales, who's got a hamstring injury and is guaranteed to miss this one. Aruna Kone and Brian Oviedo have both got knocks. I think also John Stones. He wasn't on my list, but I think he's also likely to miss this one through an injury. Then you've got Swansea. Let's see who they're guaranteed to miss. Leon Britton has a knee injury. He's going to miss this one. Jordi Amat, Rory Donnelly, Fernandez, Ashley Richards, and Dwight Tiendali have all got injuries, but they might get over it in time. This one was a tough one for me, I have to say. It could very, very easily go over. It could very, very easily go under. But in the end, I've decided this one's going to be an under. I think Everton are going to try and keep it tight. They've had some problems at the back this year. Swansea, they're pretty good going forward, but I think they're going to struggle in this one. So I'm going to go for the under. Jason, you're up next. What do you reckon, over or under?
I'm going to go against you again. I'm going for the over. I don't think we've agreed yet. Oh, yes, we did on the first one.
On the first one, that was it.
Yes.
Your numbers are telling you it's an over.
It's an over, yes.
Okay, so now we know that Iker Leon also likes to look at the numbers. And Iker, what do you reckon?
Stuart, my friend, I think here where our ways are going apart.
Oh.
Because I'm going with Jason in the over. Numbers are numbers.
Numbers are numbers. Okay,
oh, yeah.
So here we go. I think we now have a chance of actually having a winner. Before we had the chance of having a straight draw, but now the game is on. Okay, so on that one. Everton 1.73 to win. You can get 3.68 for the draw or 5.04 for a Swansea win. I think 5.04 is. I think that's a very, very good odds for a Swansea win. Jason, I know you're a man with the numbers for the overs and under odds. Let us have them.
The over is favourite at 1.83 at BetVictor, and the under, your pet selection, is 2.17 at Matchbook.
So that one would be a good one for me to win, but I'm having now listened to everything. I'm starting to worry about it. Let's just say that one's not going to be in my list of tips this weekend. Okay, next one. We've got Hull City against Southampton. Now, Hull City are still showing 2 injuries in their goalkeeping department with both Steve Harper and Alan McGregor both out injured. Steve Harper apparently has a torn bicep, which sounds incredibly painful. Michael Dawson has an ankle injury. He's out. Nikica Jelavic has a knee injury. He's out. Gaston Ramirez isn't injured, but he can't play because he's on loan from Southampton. Andrew Robertson has a knee injury, but he might make it. Robert Snodgrass also has a knee injury, but he won't. Over to Southampton, you've got Sam Gallagher, who's got a knee injury. Jay Rodriguez, who's out also with a knee injury. And James Ward-Prowse, guaranteed to miss this one. He's got a foot injury. You have Sadio Mane, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, has an ankle injury, and he might make it. Who's up first on this one? Jason, you are up first. Under or over?
I am going under.
You're going under?
Under on this match.
Okay, so you think this one will be tight?
Yeah.
Okay, and Iker Leon, what do you reckon?
Very similar. Pretty tight. The game, I think, is going to be very tight, and numbers are giving me a slight edge for the under, so I will go there.
Okay, so this is one where we're all going to agree, because I'm actually for the under as well. I think Southampton are the team to win this one, but I'm not expecting it to be a 3-0 win. And I'm not seeing a huge amount of goals in the Hull City side at the moment. So I'm with you on the under. So all 3 of us are going for the under. Right, odds. Hull City, 3.78. You can get 3.4 for the draw, or you can get 2.04 for a Southampton win, which looks pretty good to me. Jason, overs and under odds, please.
Over is 2.05, and under, we're all on the side of the bookie at 1.92.
Okay, so hopefully we'll all make a little bit of
that's at Matchbook.
Okay. So moving on, Leicester against West Brom, which is another one of our 3 o'clock kickoffs. Leicester, just 2 injuries, Ben Hamer with a hand injury and Matthew Upson with a foot injury. Both of those are going to miss this game. West Brom, Jonas Olsen and Sylvester Varela are likely to make this one. Sylvester Varela is probably the most likely because the manager's been in the press this week or this weekend talking about him. Claudio Jacob is still missing this one. He's not injured, but he's decided he's going to miss it. First up, Iker Leon. Over or under?
Okay, this one is especially tough for me. Because in Spain we don't say Leicester, we say Leicester. So every time you pronounce it, every time you pronounce correctly, I don't know who the hell is the team you're talking about. So once I get my numbers straight and I know what is the team, I have to say that in this one I will go against the bookies and I'm going to go for the under. I found a little breach in numbers saying that West Brom is going to be defensive, Leicester is not going to be very successful offensively. I expect an under.
He got Leicester pronounced perfectly. It was fine. I have heard it pronounced Leicester. Depends where you're from, Leicester. I'm also on the under. I'm not expecting a huge amount of goals. Leicester have struggled a bit recently, and West Brom never really been big scorers. So I'm with you on the under. Jason, are you going to agree with us, or are you going to disagree?
No, I'm disagreeing. I'm going with the over. That's a very close call, but the value at the moment is just for the over.
Okay, and what are the odds?
The odds for the over are 1.89, for the under 2.06.
So we're going against the bookies, two of us, and you're with the bookies.
I'm with the bookies on that one, yeah.
Okay,
It surprised me really, because...
Yeah. Go on. Don't let me stop you.
Yep. No, that's it.
Okay, so Leicester are 2.27 for the win. You can get 3.38 for the draw, which I think it might be a reasonable shout, or 3.23 for a West Brom away win. So last of Saturday's games, we're moving on to Stoke City against West Ham. Stoke City are missing Philip Bardsley and Peter Crouch, both of whom are banned. I'd say Peter Crouch was particularly stupid. Robert Huth, Peter Odemvingie and Glenn Whelan are other injuries. Robert Huth's the only one who might make it. He's got a calf injury. The other two are reasonably severe injuries and definitely won't make it. West Ham, moving over. I've actually written in Andu Carroll here. I think it's Andy Carroll. So Andy Carroll, ankle injury, not Andu. And Guy Demel, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. He has a thigh injury. Both of those players are touch and go. Andy Carroll is back in training, but building up fitness, I understand. I'm up first on this one, and West Ham been in really good form. Stoke City, they're scoring a few as well, even if they can be missing Peter Crouch, the wonderful goal scorer that he is. I'm actually going for the over on this one. Jason, you're up second. What do you reckon?
I am disagreeing with you again. I'm going under.
I think we've only agreed on one of them so far, so this is going to be really interesting because it's been tight between you and me in previous weeks.
Yeah.
All right. So, Iker, are you going to break the tie? Are you going to go with me or are you going to go with Jason?
With all my pain in the heart, I will go with Jason.
You're going for the under as well.
Yeah, I'm going with. I mean, the thing is that
this is what you get. I tell you.
yeah, I mean, numbers are saying under, and you know the slight variance was already in the last match at home for Stoke when they got the over with this Swansea, and I don't expect this to be repeated this time, so I have to go under with Jason.
Okay, right. So the odds on that one, we've got Stoke City are 2.36 for the win, 3.33 for the draw, and 3.11 for West Ham, who are the informed team at the moment, I would say. So, Jason, the over and under odds, if you please.
214 for the over at Matchbook, and 183 is BetVictor. So me and Iker are on the side of the bookies.
Yeah, some juicy odds for me. That's all I'm saying. Juicy.
Yep.
All right, now, moving on to the Sunday games. We have probably the biggest game of the weekend. It's the Manchester derby. City against United. I'd say this one was also a bit tough because, you know, we can see some pretty dull games between these two and not a huge amount of goals if both teams decide they're going to try and shut things down. But Manchester City have three players who are injured. Frank Lampard, David Silva, and Yaya Toure. All three of those might make it, but we'll see. Manchester United, they've got a few as well. Johnny Evans might make it. Falcao might make it. Phil Jones might make it. Jesse Lingard might make it. Okay, let's be honest, he ain't going to start, is he? Patrick McNair might make it. Wayne Rooney might make it. Ashley Young might make it. All of those players might make it, and if they all make it, they'll have a reasonable team. This one's tough, but I'm very, very lucky because you two guys get to go first, starting with Jason. Over or under?
I'm going under.
You're going under, so you think this is going to be a tight one?
Yep.
And Iker Leon, what do you reckon?
Okay, let's go with not with Jason this time. I think potentially Manchester City losing Silva, the best player they can ever have. By coincidence, is Spanish. And you know the midfield is going to be messed up. I think it's going to be an over.
Okay, so you're going over, and I'm with you. I think this game's going over. I'm seeing a reasonably high-scoring game in this one, actually. I might even be tempted to go for over 3.5 goals. So,
ooh.
I know. See, Tempting. Okay, so if we go on to the odds on that one, you've got 1.87 for a Manchester City win, 3.71 for the draw, or 4.1 for Manchester United. So if you're a fan of the Red Devils and you want to put some money on, that's probably about as good a set of odds as you're going to find in the season, I think. Yeah. So we've got, I'm going over, Iker Leon's going over, and Jason is going under. And Jason,
the odds is you are both on the side of the bookies because that's 1.65 at BetVictor, and the under is 2.38 again with BetVictor.
Oh, you do love those juicy odds tonight, don't you? You're picking up. All right, so now we're moving on to Aston Villa against Tottenham, which was one of the matches that we did on the SBR video. So going back to talk internationally last week. Aston Villa, they're in a horrible run of form at the moment, and they've got a few injuries as well, but a couple of players might make it. Well, 3 of them, in fact. Nathan Baker might make it, Alan Hutton might make it, and Philippe Senderos, who's been very important at the back, also might make it. Fabian Delph still has that dislocated shoulder, quite painful, and Libor Kozak, broken leg. I'm guessing that's pretty painful as well. Tottenham, Nabil Bentaleb is missing an ankle. He's missing with an ankle injury. He has both ankles. Spurs fans, calm down. He has both ankles. Aaron Lennon has a knock. He came off at half-time in the Carling Cup game. And Kyle Walker still has that pelvic injury, which he had the operation on a while ago. Iker Leon, you are up first. What do you reckon? Over or under?
Well, this one I think is potentially a boring result. I don't expect a lot of spectacular actions here, so I will go for the under.
You're going for the under. Okay, I think we talked about it before. This is probably one of the games that I always get badly wrong. I'm expecting this one to go over. I'm expecting there to be a few goals. I think I also said that I expected both teams to score. Jason, I know you said you didn't think both teams were going to score. So are you going to go with me in the over, or are you going to go with Iker on the under?
I'm going to go with Iker on the under because I said that both teams wouldn't score, which would be asking a lot of one of the teams to score 3. So in this particular match, so I'm going under.
Well, it is Tottenham. It could happen. But yeah, it might not. So going to the odds, it's 3.66 for an Aston Villa win, 3.44 for the draw, and 2.07 for a Tottenham win. So we'll see how that one goes. So next up we have Crystal Palace against Sunderland.
1 minute.
Oh yeah,
I've got the odds.
Yeah, I was doing so well. For the once.
Yeah. The over is 2.1 with Matchbook, and the under is 1.9 with Ladbrokes.
Okay, so I'm going against the bookies here.
You are slightly.
Not too bad, I guess. All right, moving on to the Monday game, Crystal Palace against Sunderland. Yeah, I'm not expecting a lot from this one, and there's a few injuries that might get in the way. Dan Scott, James McArthur, and Julian Speroni all have injuries that might keep them out of this one. Sunderland, 2 players might make it. Sebastian Coates, I'm sure we've said his name the last three weeks. He might make it. Stephen Fletcher might make it. But Emmanuel Giaccherini, Billy Jones, and Ricardo Alvarez are all pretty much guaranteed to miss this game. I'm up first. Sunderland, terrible goal scorers. Crystal Palace do well to get 2. I'm going for under. So that's under 2.5 goals for me. Jason Mills, what do you reckon?
I'm going over because that's what I went for on SBR, the videos with that, so I'm going over.
Do you think you gave yourself a bit of a rod for your own back there? Would you like to change your mind now, or are you still sticking with it?
No, I'll stay with that, yeah.
Okay. And finally, Iker Leon, again, you get to break the tie break because we've got 1 under and 1 over. What do you reckon?
Okay, let's go there. I think Sunderland is going to try to look for the draw, like they normally do when they are playing away. And I think Aston Villa, they desperately need not to lose any other game at home.
Crystal Palace.
Sorry, Crystal Palace. What I was thinking. So I think they will be looking for, just not to lose is what they will be looking at. So I'm going for the under here.
So you're going for the under. So you're with me. So I'm really looking forward to tracking the results on this one. I have to say, I think this is the most discord we've ever had on this show. Odds on this one. Crystal Palace, 2.09 for a Crystal Palace win, 3.35 for the draw, and it's 3.69 for a Sunderland win. So what are the over and unders? Jason?
The over is 2.21 at Matchbook. And hold on, I've just scrolled past. That's it. And 1.79 for under. And that's at Pinnacle.
So that's a pretty interesting set of odds there.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're all agreed on Newcastle against Liverpool is going to go over. Two of us were agreed. Myself and Iker were agreed it was going to go over in Arsenal against Burnley. But Jason, you disagreed, as you have countless times today. Chelsea against QPR, Jason said it's going to go under, but the rest of us went for the over. I was the one that disagreed in the Everton against Swansea game. I was the only one to go for the under, while you two, gits, went for the over. So we'll see how that one goes. Only the second game where we actually all agreed, all three of us seem to think that Hull City against Southampton is going to be not a high-scoring game. We've all gone for the under. Two of us went for the under in Leicester against West Brom, and Jason Mills was the only one who actually went for the over. I think it was a reasonable set of odds on that as well. Stoke City against West Ham. I was the one that stood out on that one. I went for over, while you two went for the under. I still reckon I'm going to get that one right. Manchester City against Manchester United. We have two overs and one under, and once again, Jason Mills was the sore thumb. He was the one that stuck out and said, I'm going under. Finally, two more games. Aston Villa against Tottenham. We have unders from Jason Mills and Iker Leon, and myself, I went for the over, ever the optimist. And finally, Crystal Palace against Sunderland. We again have two unders and an over. Jason Mills was the only one that went for an over, whilst myself and Iker Leon both went under. This is going to be an interesting set of games, I think. Are there anything else, any other games, any other business people, anything else you're keeping an eye on this week?
Well, obviously you've got the City United derby. That's going to be a great match to watch. And I think the Newcastle Liverpool match will be really good as well, because Newcastle won their last two matches, and Pardew sort of started a little bit of a run there, and they're playing at home against Liverpool, who haven't performed that brilliantly. So that could be a classic.
And if we're right, we should see at least 3 goals in that one, so that should be good. Iker, anything you're particularly looking forward to? Anything happening in Spain?
Yeah. Not something, I mean, we are still hangover from the Classic between Real Madrid and Barcelona, so I think we will be quiet this time. So my only question would be if you can remind me who is the team that is playing against West Brom.
Playing against West Brom, that's Leicester.
Okay.
Not Leicester, or Leicester. Leicester.
I get always mixed, man.
All right, well, thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We will go through the results next week, and I'm hoping I get another win here because I want to get one more than Jason. At the moment, we're tied on 1 each. But, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time, and we will speak again soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.